Hey guys, Derek with D&K Vending here. This episode we're going to talk about beginning vending, starting with snack and soda machines from the beginning. So the way I did it was when I was looking at it, I did a bunch of research on YouTube, Facebook groups, and I got all kinds of stuff started that way. Asked a bunch of questions, made sure it was worth getting into, and the Facebook groups are really helpful. I did a lot of research and had a lot of fun doing that. And what I ended up doing was I got on Craigslist and I went and looked for a vending machine. And I come across a machine about an hour away from me that was free. So I was like, that's a good way to get started. You know, I just got the machine. We ended up bringing it home. We cleaned it up. We tested it. We did all kinds of stuff here to it. What I did is I went through the machine, cleaned it, and then understood how to operate it and make sure all the coin mac bill validator and all that stuff worked. And then I was at the point where I was like, well, I need to find a location for this machine. So what I did is I called around to just a few places, and I remember in the laundromat a few towns away from me, like, hey, they had no snack machine there, but they had a soda machine. So I ended up getting a hold of the owner there and talked to him. And we ended up coming up with a deal. We ended up paying 15% commission. That's right off from the gross income to do it that way. But what I'd recommend nowadays, I did that in order to get started into my vending stuff. What I would do nowadays is try to not do any commission at all, because that means money out of your pocket, which is the best thing you don't want to do. Is the more money in your pocket, the better it is. Excuse me, but a lot of hotels and different locations, like mainly hotels, are the ones that ask for commission nowadays, and a lot of the smaller places like mom and pop own tire shops and different places like that ask for commission. But you know, the problem is once you get these vending machines, you get a lot of money put into them, because you got the price of the machine, you got your product, all your insurances and everything like that. And you got a lot of money invested before you know it, you know. So what I will do, I'll circle back to my original thing I was talking about, was when I got that machine, I went down to the local BJ's in the area, and I got a bunch of product what I wanted to make sure it fit in the machine. So I brought it home, test fit everything, and then I ended up using my little trailer I had, a like 6x8 utility trailer. And I rented a pallet jack from the local tool shed, and I took that down there, put it in the laundromat, and then I ended up operating that machine down there for about 3 to 4 months before I actually found any other locations. But it's a good thing when you first get started vending is to just do one location at a time. You know, when you get started, just one location, figure out the ropes. I went and checked on it every week because I was antsy and wanted to see what it was doing. But nowadays, you know, I have 16 locations and I'm operating over 30 machines, and 90% of them are on card readers, so I can just look on my computer and say this is what this has in it for product level and everything like that. But we'll get to that at some point when this series. I'm just going to start a series from starting at the beginning, right from zero, and going to a fully operating vending route. So I figured I'd start with this beginning adventure, and I'll tell you the way I did it, and then I'll show you different things along the way, different machines I have, and all kinds of different stuff like that. So what I ended up doing with that machine was had it down there for about 3 or 4 months, and we had a few issues here and there, nothing too serious. Certain products would get stuck in certain coils, and I'd go down, fix it, and just keep rearranging everything to make sure it worked fine. And we got the bugs worked out of that, and then the guy from the laundromat's like, hey, I have 2 more laundromats, but for now I'll let you go to one of my laundromats that's got a soda machine in it, but the cooler's not working. I was like, sweet. So we ended up striking a deal on that. I replaced the cooler in that for him. And we end up going up there, replace the cooler, and putting in product and everything like that. That was an adventure on its own. That was a Dixie Narco 276E. with that one. Oh, I thought the camera died. Sorry. But yeah, the what I did is went to the 276E and I went through there and checked it out, and that was all bottles. So what I ended up doing was going to a local store and making a deal with them as far as buying bottles, 20-ounce bottles through them, and getting all that stuff set up that way. And upon second thought, what I should have done is I should have went through and bought the canned shims to make sure I could just put cans in only and sold bottles of water. But at the time I was learning, I just first getting started, so you know, that's the way it happens. So it's really hard when you get first started because you really don't know what you're doing, but as every little trick and tip along the route you do, you learn and learn and learn all the way through, and it just snowballs into a big old snowball, and it keeps going and going. So as of now, I've been vending for 3 years, and I'm doing really good, and I support my family with this. So the only job I have, and I really enjoy doing what I do. So what I want to do is to start a YouTube channel and have this series on here, how to start from beginning to a fully operating route with the vending stuff. So a few more tips I'll give you. What I did when I started was I kept it small for a little while. I got that first location with an AP snack machine, then I got the second location with a soda machine. It was the Dixie Narco 276E. And then what I ended up doing was finding a local guy that had some other vending machines available. And I was like, hey, he's like, I got vending machines all the time. So I found a local resource. I'd go over there and buy machines when I could. So what I ended up doing was buying another snack machine for that other laundromat. It was a USI, I don't remember exactly the model, but it was not MDB at the time. But as of now, we upgraded that board and put a card reader on that machine. And the first laundromat I had, I ended up upgrading that machine to a USI and putting a card reader on that machine. And the Dixie Narco 276E, I also put a card reader on that, so now I can monitor those 3 machines right from my computer, which is a very good thing. The biggest thing is, when you first start vending, don't get in over your head. Don't get too many locations and promise too many things you can't perform on. You know, just start easy, keep it small, keep trucking along, just keep adding machine, and it'll snowball into a big old business for you before you're done. So, but for now, this is all I'm going to do with this episode. It'll just be the first 2 locations, and I'll keep building on top of this when I get going. But please like, subscribe, leave any comments. If you have any questions, just let us know. This is Derek with D&K Vending. Thank you. Have a good day.